StayC's Run2U. So I've already seen the actual music video. As you know, I'm a huge StayC fan. But someone requested that I actually do a reaction to the performance video. So it's going to be a little different because I've already heard the music. So I'm just going to give my inputs on some of the things I've observed about it. I really like it. And also the music video looks more expensive. I think that's a good sign because it means that they're successful and the company actually are already, the company is starting to have more funds to put into their music videos and their music. So I hope it continues. So let's go into the performance version. Okay. Start. It's a lot of extensions and a lot of pops at the end of the move. Love that part. Okay, so first it seems, because we've seen part of the choreography because of the music video. One of the things that I observed is that there's a lot more extensions. There are a lot of parts of the routine where they're extending their entire body, and that is posturing. So it's when you're occupying more space, of course. You know how animals are trying to always make themselves look bigger when they're trying to defend themselves, because that's it's like you're establishing your dominance and your strength. So this, compared to their other choreographies in the past where they're trying to become as small as possible, this one they're sort of going forward and emphasizing themselves. They have this one move, so let's see if we can capture all of those move. Like this one is a part of it, like how all of their limbs are fully extended. And this also shows just how powerful they are as performers, because I've always said in the past, when one of the things that will set you apart as a performer is if you complete your move, you finish your move. So when the choreography calls for you to extend your body, extend your body. Don't go halfway, because if you go halfway, it feels like you're rushing to the next move. And so here is a demonstration of just how powerful they are as performers, because it's fully extended, because that's what the choreography calls for. And as I've said, when you're extending yourself, you're making yourself look bigger, you're establishing your dominance and your strength. So that's one. And then there's even here, as they were moving, this is a dynamic move. Even they were moving, there's still an effort to make themselves look bigger and occupy more space. And there's a lot more pops. That opening is all about, I love that the opening is very short, but here it's like there's a lot of pops. It's so fast, which is a direct contrast to their past choreographies. Their past choreographies felt like they were just swifting through, which is okay because that's the kind of concept that they were looking for. But this is faster. There's a lot more power in their moves. There's still a lot more hips, but also a lot more posturing. So this part where she moves towards the camera, and that expression of almost as if she's daring you to come at her. I love that. And also just to emphasize just how different they are in terms, because she is a lower register, Jay has a lower register, and that's very uncommon in K-pop girl groups. Usually they go for the high-pitched girl sounding voice, but hers is a lower register, and then they gave her the opening of the song. It's a testament on just how brave they are when it comes to experimenting. So great. I like that gun sound. I just want to say something about the bridge, which I sort of skipped, sorry. Here. So it's, sorry. So its bridges are, it's always tricky for K-pop songs, for all musicians in general, because sometimes there are bridges that are so good it feels so removed from the entire song. Like it could be good in itself, but it doesn't. But probably it doesn't connect the song. So it's always tricky, and there's a lot of K-pop songs like that where they go to the bridge, it feels like what? It's so feels so removed. But here, from going fast, 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 they go suddenly slow. I don't feel so bothered because it wasn't a sudden shift. It was like they were going fast, 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 and then they were like, okay, slowly descends towards the bridge before they go into the chorus. So I think, well, their producer is a long time K-pop producer, so I'm not really surprised, but still very impressive. I love it. I really love that gun sound. Even that move, where their hands are, that move. That's a dominance, a move of dominance. And I love that slide in their voice. I love it so much. Like a fast, 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 and then there's a high note, and then you go, ah, love it. It sort of just brings you back. It's almost as if they're swinging you forward, and you know, every now and then they'll pull you all the way back just to make sure that you remember who they are. That's how it feels like. That's how it feels like that part. That's how it feels like. They did it several times in this music. That part, love it. I wonder if Jay actually writes her own raps. This sounds a little different from the other raps she had in the other songs. I wonder. What I would hope is for her to just experiment on her flow in the next song, because she has that voice tonality that's so rare for rappers. It feels like she can rap anything. She can rap the phone book and it's gonna look good. It's gonna sound good. Sorry, that's how it feels like. She has that unique tone in her voice, which is a, yeah, it's a, potentially it can, she can sound any, she can potentially pull off any kind of rap. And I also love this formation. I just wish so I love it when, I love any kind of routine where they're actually in one place but it still feels so dynamic, because it's really a play on the creativity of the choreographer. That, I love that gun sound. That, even that chest beating is is very much a posturing move. Really an emphasis on on their superiority and their strength and their dominance. That gun sound, is a great contrast with how glittery and pink they are. So you wouldn't normally associate someone preppy and pink to be firing a gun. So that's a great contrast. I don't know who did that, put that in, but it's a great contrast. Nice. This part is really, really good. You see every perfect element executed into perfection. So you have different levels. I always talk about different levels. So it's important for theatrics. It's important for you to see different shapes and different levels on a stage. Like when you're watching something on theater, it's important for you to have the dynamism of space and shapes. So it's the way that they have executed this, because prior to this, um, the effort to try to divide them and to put them into two different levels, perfect. So that's one. And the way that they have actually executed the formation so that everybody is seen, perfect. The way that they have actually created that shape against a staircase that complements the shape that they have created, perfect. So there's, if you can see with the staircase, the smaller view is on the top, way back into the film, and way back into the frame. But then in this part, the smaller view complements that of the staircase, because the smaller ones is also way back, and then the bigger one is way in front. So they perfectly complement the shape of this. The human formation complements the shape of the staircase, and so it's a perfect execution of the levels. And my eyes are sort of more active because I see more shapes, more levels in there. And then even even the dance steps that they have complements that of the ones that are sitting down. The whatever it is that they're doing, it complements the movements of the ones that are standing up. Let's repeat that part a little bit. So there's more interaction between the different members. The one action of one actually initiates the action of the next person. Here. So that sort of, there's an interaction, they're doing something and then the other person reacts. Let's see that again. See how what the girls sitting down are doing is creating a reaction to the ones that are standing up. Perfect. I love that. Love that framing. See here? I love this framing. Because it just forced my eyes to look for something. The way, even her hair flip told the story. So she flipped her hair and then the other reacted. So this is another good example of how the different elements in a stage performance can actually interact. How she initiated something and then the others followed that part. Just, I love the framing, from how it was blurry in the beginning at the back, and then the focus shifted at the back, and then it's the girl in front that became blurry. Nice. I think the only other thing that I would like to add, or maybe two things that I would like to add, is how the lyrics itself is very much, it's still a very teen issue. It's saying that I just want to be with you. But there's also a lot of accountability in the lyrics, because it's talking about, I won't blame you if it doesn't work out, but I still want to be with you. I know that it's not gonna be perfect, but I still want to be with you. And it's so different from all the the um the lyrics of rosy, perfect, imaginative relationship that other songs actually feature. This is very realistic. So that's credit to whoever it is that wrote the song. Because yes, it's talking about love, but it's also a realistic kind of love. And then the other thing is that I think the one thing that I would want to see in their next music video would be just a little bit more mix in their choreography. So most of the time they are actually vertical. When they do have levels, some people go down. They go down and they pause, and then they usually move their hands. I would love to see more hand to feet to hand coordination next time. I would love to see more throwing of the bodies. So now they're big in arm movement, and they're almost always vertical. So I would love, and as I've said, I will just repeat exactly what I said 2 seconds ago, that when there are levels, when some members actually go down, they usually pause and then they use their hands to move. I would love to see a bit more activity in terms of choreography, especially when they do levels. Other than that, I think it's a good progression. This is faster, way more snappy. There's a lot more to digest in terms of choreography, in terms of look. It definitely looks more expensive. I feel like I've always loved how they've allowed Jay to sing and actually rap, and I love how they have highlighted her voice, even though hers is a lower register. They are showing that they are not scared to break some boundaries, but they're smart enough to actually play on the boundaries that they know will make the audience feel comfortable listening to them. All right, so yeah, Run2U.